I'm Ann Ranson, and I'm so excited to show you a little bit about the transformation game. I'm going to do just kind of a taste, a demonstration of what you might expect when you're playing the transformation game. I'm the facilitator, and my role is really to help you get the most out of your game. Before you play, you'll set an intention. And so we're always working to process everything that happens on the game board through your intention. So I'll take care of the rules and letting you know when you're supposed to do that. So you can sit back and really just relax and gain whatever insights are most important for you to get for today. We're going to be sharing, of course, not in this demo because I'm talking to myself basically, but in a regular game, you would also be sharing. So I want to read you quickly the game overview. It's a lot quicker if I do that than if I try to explain it. So let me read the game overview. The game begins with players choosing an individual playing focus or intention, which provides the foundation for the game. Players then fill their unconscious envelope with various cards and are ready to play. Each player is born onto the physical level, the red card, red scorecard, and as you move along on your life path on the game board, you experience different squares by following instructions on the life square cards. As a result, you will become conscious, gain awareness, and begin to fill up your physical level scorecard. Once you've mastered the physical level and completed your red scorecard, you move to the orange emotional level, then to the yellow mental level, and finally to the purple level, which represents the spiritual dimension. As you move up through the 4 levels, you're concurrently emptying the cards from your unconscious envelope and dealing with pain. When you reach a point where you're free of pain and have cleared all the cards from your envelope and have completed all 4 scorecards, your personal game is complete. Okay, so that's a quick overview of what you can expect. So I have set up a little scenario today to make this move a little quicker so that you can really experience what the game is about. So I have chosen an intention, which is actually one that was set by a previous player. So your intention for today is I intend to have more clarity about what I want in life. So again, you're going to keep this top of mind. And before you roll the die each time, you're going to state your intention either out loud or to yourself. Then you'll roll your die and then move whatever turn that indicates. I've also taken the liberty, you've already been born. In a full game, you would start out in the source and you'd roll the die until you land on an angel, which indicates that you're being born. But you've been born by spiritual cesarean and you're sitting now at the top of your life path. Chosen a little bluebird of happiness as your token for today. Once you're born, you're given your red scorecard and you look in your unconscious envelope without looking, but you look well enough to be able to see which card you're drawing. So you're going to draw one angel card, and that's going to represent your guardian angel for the game. So let's see. Oh, it's the angel of adventure. And so it looks like she's on a trek. Looks like she's got a walking stick and who knows where, and a backpack. So she's off on some kind of great adventure. So think in terms of how you might welcome the angel of adventure as you're traveling this journey towards more clarity about what you want in your life. So I'm going to place that at the bottom of your life path. And this is your life path. There's 4 life paths on the board. So there's 4 players. And so that's the roadmap of what you'll be traveling. once everybody is born, and I've assumed that everybody's been born, and so I chose another angel, the angel of spontaneity. And so that is the game or the group angel that is good for everybody today. Let's welcome that angel of spontaneity. I love the idea of spontaneity. And I think, particularly as it relates to the intention of gaining clarity, I think that's inviting us to be open to possibilities because, we can kind of get set in our ways and we think it needs to happen this way. Well, spontaneity invites us to look at that a little bit differently. So I've gone ahead and just chosen a few squares that you'll land on so that you can get an experience of several of the different squares. There's 11, and for this demo, we won't have time for all of those, but I've chosen a few. And we're going to start by moving your token to the insight square. This is one of the three main decks. The yellow cards are the life insight cards. The little bitty ones are the life angel cards. And then the blue ones are the life setback cards. Because, this is kind of like the game of life. And we do have setbacks as well as insights. So you've landed on the insight square. And so we always recommend that you choose from your unconscious envelope if you have those cards in there, because you want to get what's in your unconscious out into the conscious so you can deal with it or so you can gain the support if it happens to be an angel. So without looking, we always go into our unconscious envelope without looking. So I'm just going to choose an insight card. And let's see what it says. You discover personally that taking high risks in relationships brings equally high rewards. Gain 4 awareness tokens. So the awareness tokens, they're color coded. So for example, these are the red awareness tokens, and they're related to the physical level because the red level is the physical level. So let's explore, though. Let's go back and read this. You discover personally that taking high risks in relationships brings equally high rewards. Gain 4 awareness tokens. So the first thing I would ask you as the player is, how do you think that relates to your intention to have more clarity about what you want in life? And I'd give you an opportunity to reflect on that and answer. And I might ask you, well, does that feel risky to you to have more clarity? Sometimes it feels safer, where we are, or we think it feels safer. But perhaps this card is coming to you as an insight to help you understand that maybe having more clarity is going to require a little bit of risk. And what relationships do you have that you could connect with that might help you either gain clarity or to have a sounding board to kind of talk what you're thinking through to see what that might be. So you're gonna gain 4 awareness tokens. So I'm just gonna randomly choose 4 red awareness tokens. We're gonna see what they have to say. All your awareness tokens do go onto your scorecard. So these are your awareness tokens. Exercise, approval, efficiency, and intensity. Intensity, approval, exercise, and efficiency. Again, these are on the physical level. And so I'd ask, well, is there one of those that stands out to you? And so you think back to your intention to have more clarity. Is that about efficiency or exercise or approval? Oh, approval. I've always wanted other people's approval. And so I haven't always known what I wanted because I was way more focused on what everybody else wanted me to do. So we would talk that through for a few minutes. So all of these little awareness tokens are going to go on your scorecard. And there's two ways, in the overview, I mentioned that you'll move up levels. And so there's two ways you can do that. One is by filling up I'm backwards, the top half, which is 6 awareness tokens and 1 service token. Or if you get 3, where are you? 3 angel cards. And if you fill either the top or the bottom and you're pain free, then on your next turn, you'll be ready to move up to the next level. So for right now, I'm going to set these little cards on your on your scorecard: efficiency, exercise, approval, and intensity. Okay. So now we're all set. And I'll ask, do you feel complete? Is there anything else that you'd like to share? Or do you have any questions about your turn and about you discovering personally that taking high risks in relationships brings equally high rewards? So the insight part also goes on your scorecard. Your scorecard ends up being really a record of all the moves that you take on in the game. Okay, so let's say you feel complete and you're ready to roll again. And so now you've rolled your die and you are going to land on an angel square. Let me show you what these look like. By the way, that's what the insight square looks like. That's the symbol that's also on the yellow cards. And then the angel card square looks like this. So when you land on an angel square, you're invited to take 2 angels from your unconscious envelope. If you don't have 2 angels, then you'll take however many number you have, and then maybe you'll also draw 1 or 2 from the deck. I think you're going to have 1. No, you have 2. Okay, so you have 2 angels. So we're not looking, we're just getting them. So one of the angels you've drawn is the angel of flexibility. She's doing some kind of yoga pose there. Definitely flexible. So this is going to go on the bottom half of your card, the angel of flexibility. And then the other angel card you drew is the angel of freedom. Looks like she's about to go skinny dipping in the ocean. Ah, freedom, right? So that's also going to go on your scorecard. So I'll ask you, what do the angels of freedom and flexibility, how might they be supporting your intention? Because angels are about support. How might they be supporting you having more clarity about what you want in life? Well, flexibility. Again, we talked about adventure sometimes, or maybe it was in spontaneity. Sometimes we kind of get set in our ways and we have built habits. And so we think, well, the way I became successful to this point was by, doing X, Y, or Z. But perhaps it's time for me to be more flexible and explore more possibilities. Maybe there's other options that are available to me, but I have not been as open as I'd like to be. So that might be one discussion around the angel flexibility. Then we'd say, okay, what about freedom? Well, what comes to my mind, and again, I'm speaking for you, so perhaps this is what might come to mind for you, is that, I've never really given myself freedom to do what I want. I made a decision early in life. My job was to make sure everybody else was happy. And so me being happy really wasn't on the dance card. But maybe I'm ready to give myself some freedom and say, wow, what do I want? And I deserve. I have the freedom to live the life I want. So, wow, what kind of possibilities could that open if you were free to experience whatever it is that you want in life? So do you feel complete? I'd ask. Maybe a little more discussion. And then you say you're complete. So now let's move to a setback square. Now, setback squares generally come with a little bit of pain. And so people say, well, why in the world? What do I want to play a game and there's going to be pain? And when I first started playing the game, and I've been playing it for over 30 years, I've been certified or accredited for almost 8. I'd draw a setback and it'd be like, wah, I don't want a setback. I don't want pain. This is a bummer. What a drag. But over the years, I have come to embrace setbacks because it's just another piece of information. And I can't deal with things if I don't know what they are. So I'd rather get it into my conscious mind so that I can do something about it. So again, we always prefer to take your cards from your envelope first. So I think you have a couple of setbacks in here. So I'm going to draw one. Okay, so this gets an opportunity to introduce another aspect. So this is a group setback card. So there are group insight and group setback cards. And when those happen, all the players roll the die. And for setback, the lowest roller gets that card. And for insights, the highest roller gets the card. But since it's you and me and you and me, you rolled the low score. So the setback is you are set back by your jealousy on your present level. Take 2 pains. I'm going to take a couple of pieces of pain and put those next to your token because they always go with us. Our pain goes with us, doesn't it? We try to run, we try to hide, we try to deny, but it's always there until we deal with it and get rid of it. So let's go back to the thought of the setback. You're set back by your jealousy on your present level. Take 2 pains. Jealousy. Now, what could that have to do with having more clarity about what you want in life? Well, what comes to mind is, sometimes we're so busy thinking the grass is greener over there that we're not really in touch and exploring what's possible for us. So, and that can be painful because, first of all, most of us, certainly by my age, I've learned the grass is not greener. It may look greener. They may have some pretty flowers over there, but they have their own life. And life is a series of ups and downs and joys and sorrows. And so jealousy could be a setback because you're focused on someone else instead of being focused on you and what you really want. Does that make sense? So we'd explore that for a few minutes, and you might say, well, I don't know. I don't think I've ever been a jealous person. I don't think that relates to me. And I will say to you what I've said dozens upon dozens upon dozens of times is the game really doesn't make mistakes. And by that, what I mean is in this moment, you may not get it. You may not know what that has anything to do with. But I say that the game, it's almost like it pokes holes in our consciousness. And in the coming days and weeks, things are going to ooze out and you're going to get realizations and ahas. I mean, my favorite example is, the proverbial you're standing in the grocery store line and, just in a mindless moment, and all of a sudden you get that flash of inspiration. It's like, oh, wow. Now I see what that's about. I've always been jealous of my sister. She's always known what she wanted to do next. She's always taken the bull by the horns. She's made risks. She's taken risks. And so The game is the gift that keeps on giving. And I have many clients who play private groups, and they play every 6 months. And they bring a new intention. And there's one group, I guess they've played 6 times. And each 6 months, they go a little deeper. They go a little deeper. They go a little deeper. And that's another one of the beautiful things about the game. So the group setback goes on your scorecard in a special section just for setbacks. And so you may be thinking, well, let's get rid of the pain. How do we get rid of the pain? Well, there's 2 ways that you can clear pain. One is that on your next turn, you can use awareness tokens to clear the pain, 1 for 1. So you could take 2 of your awareness tokens, and you have 4, and you could clear your 2 pieces of pain. So that's one option. Some people like to sit with their pain, and so they choose not to use their awareness tokens. So what they have to do is they roll the die, and if they're sitting with 2 pieces of pain, they have to roll more than that in order to move, because they have to deduct 2 from whatever they roll. So if you roll a 2 or a 1, then you're going to be sitting with pain for another turn. But let's say you roll a 6, then you'd be able to move 4, you land on that square, and then you take care of whatever that's calling for. Now, there's another way that people get rid of pain, and that's through the actions of other players. There's a miracle square that clears pain. There are blessing squares that clear pain. And so there's a lot of ways to clear pain. And so I hope that won't scare you off, because I truly, I facilitated a game last week, and one of the biggest insights in the whole game came through a setback. And at first, she was kind of struggling to, how does that fit with my intention? And I'm not really sure. And then the light bulb started going off. It was such an amazing experience. So that's what a setback is like. So now let's assume that you've rolled a 6. No, let's not assume that. Let's assume you don't want to sit with the pain. Let's assume that you use 2 awareness tokens. Well, I'm just going to choose 2 at random, because once you have awareness, you don't lose it. The pieces of paper may go back in the box. So I'm just randomly choosing approval and exercise to go back in the box. So now we've moved the pain off of your scorecard. Off of your life path, goes back to the source. You're free and clear. So you're about to roll the die. You state your intention again. I intend to have more clarity about what I want in life. And now you land on a blessing square. So what is a blessing square? Let me show you what that looks like. Like this. And this is an opportunity for you to get a service token. And as I mentioned, that's one of the requirements to fill the top half of your card to move up to the next level. So this is an opportunity when you're going to roll the die again, and you're going to give that number of awareness tokens to all the players, including yourself. So I'm going to roll just for fun, and you rolled a 5. So you're going to give yourself and all the other players 5 awareness tokens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see what they are. Dependability, pleasure, diligence, discovery, and determination. So all of these would go on the top of your scorecard. Now you have 7 awareness tokens and a service token, because you just earned that service token through the blessing square. So on your next turn, and let me show you what your little blessing square card looks like. So this little blessing, it's like the Southwest Airlines logo, right? That'll go on the top of your scorecard. So now on your next turn, you will be ready to move up to the next level. So those are just a few of the squares and kind of how it works. Obviously, I'm going quickly, and I'm cherry picking which squares you land on. But once everybody has continued play, and most games these days, we do not play to completion where everybody finishes through the spiritual level. Most of the time, we're setting a clock and we stop playing after 5 hours. And wherever you are, that's where you are. And then we begin a series of completion activities. You'll empty your unconscious envelope, look and see what's in there. And because each card represents some new opportunity of something that may come up in the near future. So then the very, very last thing we do is choose an angel to go. And so you just go into the angel deck. Let's see what it is. What's your angel to go today? The angel of patience. I don't know about you, but I could use a little patience. So the angel of patience is knitting. So that's your angel to go. So I hope this demonstration was helpful to give you an idea of what the game is like. It can be very hard to describe. So you can you can email me. My website is annranson.com. My email is ann@annranson.com. I'm happy to answer any questions, or if you feel like you need to jump on a phone call, we can do that and talk through any of your questions. So I thank you so much for watching this, and I hope you'll think about playing the game. It is an amazing tool for self-discovery. So thanks for being here. Have a great day.